Matt?
Question for David. David, you talked about all the different governmental entities you work with. Give us a little breadth of some of the work that you do, the types of products that you're out there pitching.
Sure.
What is the smallest government you represent, and what is the largest? And it doesn't necessarily have to, I would assume, be a municipality, but
Sure.
could you help us understand that?
Well, thank you, Matt. I'd love to. In terms of the smallest government we work with, it is Glendale, West Virginia, who bought salt through us this year. But within the region, it is Newton Falls, I believe, is the smallest. The largest would be, well, to be fair, Cuyahoga County and Cleveland are roughly the same size. Both are members and neither use any programs. And I'll be very candid with all of you. Cities are by far, and cities, villages, and townships are by far the most difficult governments to work with when it comes to actually getting stuff done. Just really, we're doing much better with school districts, with counties actually, with higher education, 4 years and 2 years, and with special districts. Municipalities are just a real challenge, honestly. If you want to ask why, we can go into that. But in terms of what we're doing today, if you came to NEOCCA and said, what can we start doing today? And by the way, I just want to stress this: today, right now, not based on planning or 6 or 12 months or 5 years. Today, you can actually start saving money right now. So I want you to think about it the other way. Every day you're not working with us on every program we have, or at least evaluating it, you're wasting money. Does anybody here have more money than they need in their budgets? Anybody? Show of hands, really? Last chance. Going.
Ask the question, is there any municipality that's not facing?
Well, you know, and Matt, I gotta be honest with you. Candidly, I don't understand why the municipalities are such a challenge. I do actually, but why they're such a challenge. Because I'm looking at governments that have shortfalls of 4 to 10% of their annual budgets, and I can't get them to save 30% on office products. I mean, saving money doesn't seem to be a priority. And when you're looking at a budget gap of 4 to 10% of your budget, how can saving money not be a priority? I just honestly don't get that. But today, the folks who we're the largest entity we're working with on a day-to-day basis is Cuyahoga Community College. They've been phenomenal. We're doing 4 programs with them right now. Office products, that's all your office products, pens, papers, pencil, all that kind of stuff, paper, and off-site print. That program, as I mentioned earlier, is saving everybody between 11 and 30%. There's a law firm we're working with who's actually going to start using the program. They're going to save $20,000 a month, $5,000 a week, $1,000 a day on this stuff. It's real money. Print management, that's multifunctional devices, laser printers, not only the acquisition of them, the ongoing parts, maintenance, ink, toner, replacement downstream, and then actually, I mean, I walked into one of the leading entities that was mentioned in one of the industries that we discussed earlier, into their procurement department. It's a huge entity. And we came out of their procurement, the meeting with the director of procurement, and there's one of those double cubicles where, you know, there's 2 desks within it. For the 2 people in there, they had a printer, a black and white printer, a color printer, a fax machine, a scanner, and another printer. They had 5 printing devices. Everyone that has their own costs, everyone has their own maintenance agreement, everyone has their own different types of toner. Guess what? You want to have a fun exercise? Go through your organization and just count how many devices you have that are either printers, scanners, copiers, fax. Count how many you have, and then take that as a numerator and divide by the number of employees you have. If it's more than a ratio of about 1 in 10, you are wasting money. Not just losing money, you're wasting money. So copiers and faxes and printers and all that, that program is saving typically 10 to 30%. So it's almost on par with office products. That will be available within about a week. We're moving forward on that right now. Electricity, that's a really up in the air market right now. Most of you are probably members of NOCCA, so I won't spend a lot of time on that. NOCCA is getting you all a great deal. If you're members of NOCCA, say thank you to Lee Harrington. I know NOPEC's had some challenges, but they're getting you a great deal on electricity, and you should say thank you. Honestly, you should call him up and say thank you. Really. Don't know about natural gas, don't know about salt, but for electricity. 4th area, temporary staffing. Again, I don't think most of you have temporary staffing, but within about 2 months, we'll have a temporary staffing program. Personal computers, anybody have computers in your organization? Typically, when we've gone in and done, looked at municipalities, at how they're spending money in information technology, we can save you half. Half. So just to give you some of the ideas, Matt, of things that we're working on right now. And the other thing is, we no longer do surveys. Because what we found is every time we did surveys, people would say, oh, we're interested in all these things. Then we go out and create programs, and then they wouldn't buy through them. So we don't do surveys anymore. What we do is we work with organizations that say, we're going to go spend X amount of money on this particular product or service. We build a program around that and recruit others to participate. So think about it. It's a pretty good deal. We're going to offload our work to you. You do all the work. You incur all the costs of going through the sourcing process, and we just agree to buy through the program for the term of the contract. It's a pretty good deal when you think about it. Thanks, Matt.
And you're going to use